Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand or 10,000 Kenyan shillings or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. We are here this evening. It is, hold on, let me turn this down a little bit. Boom. All right, right there. I'm going to burn all my power out. It's the 29th, and we are here trucking along. Not that long ago in this election. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Aren't y'all happy this election is almost over with? I am. So we can get back to some regularly scheduled programming, talk about a few other stories and things that we have not been talking about. But I know even after the election, we still be talking about it because whoever wins, right? If Trump wins, it's really going to be some conversation. Oh, my God. The crash out videos would be epic if he wins. If Kamala wins, so that's going to be a discussion, too, because it'll be a lot to talk about, right? So hope everybody is doing good. And Michelle Obama. She did a speech for Kamala the other day. And, you remember when Barack Obama was over there wagging his finger at black men and said, you don't want Michelle to come out. Well, Michelle then came out. Okay. Michelle then came out. It was in Kalamazoo, Michigan. She did a 40-minute speech there, but we're only going to focus on a couple of minutes tonight of that speech because it's something that we need to talk about. The Democrat Party is a party of division, complete division. Every time I look up, they're dividing people. And so we want to get into that division tonight. A few more things.
Nigerians. Where you at, Nigerians? Nigerians in Nigeria. I'm talking to you, legitimate. We talking about journalists as well. If you got, hey, hit me up on LinkedIn if you got something going on. I'm interested in what's going on in Nigeria. If you are a journalist, I'm not talking about just anybody that's just content creating in Nigeria. I'm talking about you actual journalists. That's what you do. And if you want to come in here into this platform and start bringing some more news out of West Africa that we're not getting, we got a big hole here. We're not getting news out of West Africa at all. There's a lot going on even in Nigeria that we're not finding out about. So if you are interested, let us know on LinkedIn. We'd love to talk to you. We talked to me about 2 people so far, just reaching out. But yeah. Also, Ethiopia trip. That's another thing. Ethiopia trip coming up very soon. I know the holidays is coming up, but just make sure you keep up with, all that situation with your payments. If you're paying payments, I don't know who's paying what. None of that comes to me. It has nothing to do with that. Make sure you talk to Brother Jay Cameron and Maximum Impact Travel for all of that. That time's going to be coming quicker than you know it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Also, the app. Make sure you download the African Diaspora News Channel app. In the Google Play and Apple App Store is important because we own that, and we're trying to get 10,000 members. 10,000 members would be, the ultimate thing we're trying to get to, right? Yes, I know you look at the amount of subscribers we have here, but trust me, the 10,000 members on the app is worth way more to us than all these subscribers that's here on this channel, right? And it's amazing how YouTube, people are subscribed, but I don't know how they work with their system. I really don't, because when I look into analytics, right, you only maybe I can't even say 50% of the people actually get notifications that you got something going on. That's why if you like what we do, come back and check what we have here. Check everybody, watch all the journalists. We are a 7-day-a-week channel, so there's always something going on here, okay? So just letting y'all know that. So last night, we showed about the Chinese lady, and somebody said, you know what, maybe y'all should make that the new devotional, the Chinese lady cooking, right? I said, you know what? That would be good. You know what? Let's go ahead and cue up the Chinese lady tonight and let her cook one more time. And we'll get to talking about Michelle. So let's go ahead and let the Chinese lady cook.
Trump from our bottom of the heart, because we know Trump is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid. She is so low IQ, equal, no Q, no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. You already lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from the camera, from all the media. How you can be on the stage to fight for America, to protect American people, to protect all the world. You are not qualified. You just need to go home. Let Trump to save America, to save the world.
All right. Shout out to that lady. I don't know her name, but ma'am, shout out to you. You was cooking. That's funny to me, man. That is funny. That lady, boy, she like, ma'am, don't have a heart attack, ma'am. It's okay. Just go vote for Trump, and that's it. Just do you. Don't get that worked up on Kamala. All right. So let's go ahead on, class. Let's get started tonight. We're gonna talk about your former first lady, Michelle Obama. So let's go ahead on, cue her up. We're gonna learn something tonight. And let's see where this goes. So let me go to Michelle, and here we go. Hold on, why is it? Is this thing not spreading out? Why only got that many people in here? Okay, well let's go.
That there are a lot of angry, disillusioned people out there, upset with the slow pace of change, and I get it. It is reasonable to be frustrated. We all know we have a lot more work to do in this country. But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third-party candidate in protest because you're fed up, let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum. If we don't get this election right, your wife, your daughter, your mother, we as women will become collateral damage to your rage. Prepared to look into the eyes of the women and children you love and tell them that you supported this assault on our safety? And to the women listening, we have every right to demand that the men in our lives do better by us. We have to use our voices to make these choices clear to the men that we love. Our lives are worth more than their anger and disappointment. And we are more than just baby-making vessels. And if you are a woman who lives in a household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that your vote is a private matter. Regardless of the political views of your partner, you get to choose. You get to use your judgment and cast your vote for yourself and the women in your life. Remember, women, standing up for what is best for us can make the difference in this election. So let us use our voices in these final days to make it plain to the men in our lives that we need to stand not with Trump, but with us. We need them to vote for the only candidate in this race who will protect our lives. We need them to vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala, she will fight to restore our reproductive freedoms and defend our health. Kamala will fight for our access to life-saving emergency care and maternal care in every state. Kamala will veto any abortion ban or bill that restricts access to contraception or IVF. Kamala will expand access to birth control and abortion pills. And she will do all of this not because she's a woman, but because she's a decent human being.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let it play. Yeah, so y'all heard her in her entirety. Now, you know how we do it over here. We are restarted once again, and we're going to stop it in certain places. You know, those, because some people may be new as coming in here. You've never been here before. That's kind of how we do it here. So we're going to cue it right back up, and we're going to talk about and pinpoint some things that Michelle was saying. Quite interesting. I would say up front, this was worse than actually what Barack Obama said. So he was right when he said, y'all don't want Michelle to come out here. Yeah, I guess he know his wife. So let's start it back up.
That there are a lot of angry, disillusioned people out there upset with the slow pace of change. And I get it. It is reasonable to be frustrated. We all know we have a lot more work to do in this country. But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third-party candidate in protest because you're fed up, let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum. If we don't get this election right, your wife, your daughter, your mother, we as women will become collateral damage to your rage.
Let's stop right there. Let's stop. Hold on. Sister Michelle, how you doing? You may not know me. I'm Phillip, Phillip Scott, down here in Houston. And I got a problem with what you just said, okay? So you're telling me that people's collective anger at the economy because they don't have no money. Why they don't have no money? Cause your girl, Ski Wee, messed it up. Right? people are upset that their country has been invaded by a bunch of men from foreign lands. These men have been put up in American cities that American taxpayers are paying for. And they can't even use services that they pay for. They're having mayors in cities taking away services away from American citizens because they're saying they don't have enough money because of all the people that your girl Kamala brought into this country. But they don't supposed to be upset about that either. They don't supposed to be outraged about their tax dollars going to everybody else except Americans. They shouldn't be outraged by that. They shouldn't be outraged about the high food prices. Should be no outrage. It should be no outrage, according to you, ma'am, about high gas prices. There shouldn't be no outrage to that either. You understand? We shouldn't have no outrage about high interest rates. That's why people are not buying homes, because the interest rates are so high. You know why people was buying homes at record numbers during the Trump administration? Because the interest rates were at 0, 1, 2%. That's why people was buying homes. That's also creating part of the housing crisis, because people are sitting on inventory and they don't want to sell it, because if they get into something else, they don't want to be paying 7, 8% interest rates. You think people are not upset about that? People have a right to be upset. Ma'am, you said that either voting third party, voting Trump, sitting it out. Who are you, ma'am, to tell an American what they should do with their voting rights? I thought y'all were supposed to be the party of voter registration, the party of trying to stop people from doing election interference. Didn't that's what y'all like to say? That all these people on social media doing misinformation, disinformation is election interference. You say the Russians doing election interference. You say the Chinese doing election interference. And what do y'all say is election interference? A counter message to you. Even if the message is true, that's election interference. So by y'all logic, Michelle, you was up there doing election interference. You was trying to interfere with Americans' right to vote by telling them that if they use their American right to vote and they don't vote for your candidate, that you're saying, and you're pointing this to men, you're not pointing this to women, that men, including myself, are harming my wife. And I'm harming my daughters. And I'm harming my cousins and my aunties. That's who I'm harming. All the women I know that's friends of our family. All the women that's on our channel right now. All the women that work for us in this company. I'm harming all of them as a voter because I did not vote for Kamala. I like the East Indian dude on TikTok call her Skamala. That's what he called her, the East Indian dude. Because we choose not to vote because that's our right. Ma'am, it's called voting rights. Democrats, listen, Michelle in particular. Remember how many times y'all have come out and wagged y'all finger at black people and say, your ancestors died for you to vote. Remember that? And it's a shame if you guys don't come out there and vote because your ancestors marched, they got beat up in Selma, and all these different things about voting. I see a lot of black Americans coming out to vote. And because they're not coming out to vote for the person that you say that we should vote for, now all of a sudden we're harming the women in our lives? Michelle, what is wrong with you? Michelle, you have a Ivy League degree. Come on now. Come on, sister. Hey, you been in Martha's Vineyard too long? See, Michelle, listen. You don't feel the anger because you're removed from it, sister. You and your husband are multimillionaires. You don't feel it. If I was a multimillionaire, I probably wouldn't feel it either. So you can't relate. Camilla, she can't relate. She can't. Because if she could relate, she wouldn't have brought in all these millions of people into this country to make it harder for Americans. Because you're bringing in 15 to 20 million more people. That's 15 to 20 million more people that got to eat. Which makes the food prices go higher. More supply than demand, more demand than supply. Make prices go up. You brought in those people. Do you know that you brought in so many people that outnumber certain states in this country? Because if Kamala, if she was like real with everybody, she wouldn't have done that. Could say, wait a minute, that's gonna harm people. I can't do that. We can't be down with this mass immigration. Michelle, you can't relate. See, this election, Democrats, what it's showing you, your celebrities and your political brass can't relate to America or Americans. You can't relate. And you have been exposed every time you talk that you can't relate. That's really what that is. So, Sister Michelle, miss me with that talk. You don't gaslight nobody. You can't manipulate nobody. You can't make me say, oh my God, I better go vote the way Michelle said because it's going to harm my wife. Okay, Michelle. What about the women that voted third party? Notice she didn't go at those women. Notice that. She didn't go at the women who voted third party. She didn't go at the women that want to choose the couch. There are plenty of women that's voting for Trump too, even black ones. And she did not say nothing. But you want to attack men. See, Barack Obama went at black men. You went at men in general, which is even worse than what Barack Obama did, right? But he warned that when you come out, that's what's going to happen. Okay, cool. Cool, Michelle. Cool. All right. And you're right. And the migrants, they eat for free, while the rest of us have to pay so much money. Okay, have to pay so much money. Now let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
So, are you as men prepared to look into the eyes of the women and children you love and tell them that you supported this assault on our safety? And to the women listening, we have every right to demand that the men in our lives do better by us.
How is voting in an election, I want to know, is an assault on the safety of women? How? Like what's supposed to happen? I mean, you're talking about Trump. Let's just put it out there. You're talking about Trump. And you don't want nobody voting for Jill Stein either, right? Y'all even making attack ads against Jill Stein. Y'all, listen, let me tell you why Michelle is coming out here saying all this, right? They fear they will lose the election. That's why. What you heard was fear. That's why they're talking crazy like this. Because if they really felt confident about the election, they was going to win, Michelle wouldn't have did any of this. Remember, Michelle is the lady to say, when they go low, we go high. I guess we thrown that away, Michelle. That's gone. And now everybody just running around here freaking out, or what they say, Trump derangement syndrome, I guess. Is that what's going on now? Even Kamala, she's up there with that every other day talking about Trump. Like why? Talk about what you're gonna do. Talk about your policies. Forget Trump. You supposed to be, you say you're the adult, right? Well, don't act like him. But they are afraid. They're not confident. Democrat strategists secretly are saying, I think we may lose this election. So they're doing everything they can. They're trying to do fear. They're trying to do division, gender divide politics. Okay? Because why did you make that about women? Why? We are Americans made up of men and women. But the Democrat Party is great at dividing people. They've been dividing people. They divide people to get what they want, but yet they do nothing for people, especially black people, for sure. They do nothing for us. right? Y'all have so much animosity, anger. Like, y'all really need to calm down, bruh. Like, calm down. Go take a break. Go take a vacation. It's not cool to be that angry. I don't know if y'all seen that video that came out of Houston where Kamala supporter was screaming in the face of a 2-year-old because their father was talking about, I think, Palestine or whatever, but screaming and cussing out a 2-year-old child. And it took an FBA sister to, even though she support Kamala, she said, hey, we ain't doing that. I say, see, I just shook my head and say, see, we always saving them. Always. We always got to be the moral compass. We always got to be the voice of reason. That's who we are as Black Americans. Even no matter what side we on, we always saving this nation from something, right? Because if you let them just run wild like they would, this thing will turn right back to medieval Europe. And that's when we wasn't around, right? Well, let's continue.
We have to use our voices to make these choices clear to the men that we love. Our lives are worth more than their anger and disappointment. And we are more than just baby-making vessels. And if you are a woman who lives in a household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that your vote is a private matter. Regardless of the political views of your partner, you get to choose. You get to use your judgment and cast your vote for yourself and the women in your life. Remember, women, standing up for what is best for us can make the difference in this election.
Okay, so now she's inserting to divide the household, to divide the man and woman in their household. Listen, remember what she said. Well, your vote is secret. Really, Michelle? You trying to tell women to keep secrets away from their husbands? You sitting up there trying to say, oh, it's about us. It's about us. It's about us. Let me tell you something. America's going to status correct. And part of the status correction is really people getting away from this Democrat Party, getting away from all this division. Listen, let me tell you something. Like when them hurricanes came through here, Texas, did that hurricane just hit men? No, it hit men and women. We are trying to get all our power back and throwing away food and whatever the case may be. So what I'm saying is, if a hurricane hit, we all suffer together. Black people, all the evil we've been through, we suffer together as Black men and Black women. Nobody was immune. And for you to sit up here and trying to divide households based on this election, shame on you, Michelle. Shame on you for that crap. Why you Democrats, you always want to divide families. First of all, you attack the traditional family. You wage war against the traditional family. You wage war against procreation of children. Look at what your mantra is. It's so wicked and sinister. You say reproductive justice, and nothing about what you're talking about is reproducing children. Because if you just stand on business and just say the word abortion, that I'll respect it a lot more. But because you know that word is becoming very not something that people want to talk about all the time, you're going to say that. That's what the Democrat parties have to offer families. Is making sure that you can't produce children while they're bringing in millions of children across that border. And they're not telling none of the migrant women to go to the Planned Parenthood mobile clinic. They're not telling them, hey, you're poor as it is. That's why you coming up here, right? Hey, go ahead on and get some good old reproductive justice at that Planned Parenthood mobile clinic. But what they'll do in Chicago is bring a Planned Parenthood mobile clinic. So you Americans, Black women in particular, so you could go in there and not produce the future of Black America. This is the Democrat Party. This is a party. They don't promote the traditional family of a man, woman, and some children. They're out here waging war and supporting war in multiple fronts, death and destruction, censoring people who come against them, like the platform African Stream, because they was on their bumper about what they was doing in the continent. And then they sit up here, their Secretary of State said that African Stream was funded by RT, like the Russian-based media outlet. And they say, what are you talking about? We don't get no money from them people. And they immediately took them off of everything, just off of a mere accusation. Because how dare some Africans talk about what y'all doing in their continent? How dare you do that, right? This same party has caused problems everywhere they went. Look at Haiti. Look at Haiti. That administration and what happened to President Jovenel, right? The moment Biden got in there, all of a sudden, something happens to the president. But the president didn't want to go along with the program either, right? You know the program I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, that man is not here no more. Because you do know certain entities here use proxies to do their dirty work because they can't do it. Look at what's happened to Black America underneath this party. No promotion of traditional family, but you're promoting alternative lifestyles. And because you control Hollywood, you're promoting this all over the place. This is what you're promoting. And at one point in time, it was just nuanced. Okay, you see what it is. It's whatever. Okay, a couple or whatever. Okay, fine. No, you're getting graphic now with this stuff. Tyler Perry. You're getting graphic with this stuff. I was watching, I say, man, come on, bro. I was watching Agatha All Along on Disney Plus, right? Okay, Agatha Harkness show, whatever. I wanted to watch the show. You know, I like the comic Marvels and all the different shows or movies. I like superheroes. It's just something I like to relax and watch sometime, right? So they had an episode on there, and it wasn't Agatha. It was one of the other characters. I don't want to tell it all, but this had a boyfriend, and I mean, okay, fine, that's what you got. I don't care about that, but this supposed to be Disney Plus, right? And you're going to sit up here and have the two male characters kissing. I say, what this got to do with doggone Agatha? What this got to do with the Scarlet Witch? What does it got to do with anything? It's ain't like the power situation. Y'all just throw it in there. And like, what's the point? Like, what are y'all doing that for? It doesn't even make sense with the storyline, what y'all doing. It was nothing that say, okay, this looks right in this show. It's like they're crowboring this stuff into the movies and TV. But look what Hollywood is. Look what Hollywood is at. California. What is California? The Democrat Central. The music industry. Same thing. Democrat Central. What was Diddy? What was he promoting so much? Democrats. Just to name one. It's not just Diddy. He's just famous. But there's a bunch of them that's doing the same thing Diddy was doing. Think about it. The majority of your black celebrities, what are they? Democrats. This party does not want to see men and women together. This is why Michelle got up there and trying to throw a wedge into the traditional family. That's why. The Democrats love to divide. They divide, but they don't have no benefit. See, last time they used with George Floyd and used our hurt, our pain as a collective group of people to ride the back of that to get to the presidency. You understand what I'm saying? And I give the Democrats, you were kind of skillful at doing that. But this time it's not going to work. Really, I thought they was going to use Sonia Massey, be honest with you. I thought they was going to use her and ride that case. But they didn't do that. And I say, I said, that's interesting. That you didn't use the Sonia Massey case? I say, wow, okay. That's just quite interesting, and y'all quiet about that, right? But they're about division, ladies and gentlemen, division. They're not about bringing families together. They're not about seeing a family got 5, 6 children. Oh, no. You American families can't, a man and woman can't get married and have 5, 6 children. Oh, no, not you. And the Democrats have ruined society so much that it's kind of hard for people to have children when daycare is costing just as much as rent or a mortgage. Who ruins society? Like, daycare should not cost as much as rent or a mortgage. It should not. That is ridiculous. That parents are having to decide, should I go to work or should, I stay home, because it's because their parents right now are saying daycare is literally taking their check. Daycare should not be taking your full check. But this is the party that we should follow. Then you telling women to divide from their men and go do something, go secretly go behind them and do something else to benefit you. That is something that comes straight from the devil. God is about unity. God is about two becoming one. That's what God said. God did not say you divide from your wife, you divide from your husband. Go over there. It just hit me. In the Garden of Eden, you remember the devil came to the woman and he told that woman, hey, go ahead and eat that fruit. Like, no, I'm not doing that. He said, we're going to die. You're like, well, you're not going to surely die. He said, you're going to be like God. It's like this, you say, well, my husband said, nah, look, you're going to be like God. You're going to be like this and this. And so convincing a woman to do what against her husband and God said, right? She went against him because of what? Her pride. What she wanted to do. You understand what I'm saying? Now let's fast forward to Michelle Obama. Well, you don't have to vote with your husband. It's private. Think about yourself. It's the same spirit. The same spirit. The same spirit. No different. I would never go tell a wife to go do something secret behind her husband's back, no matter what it is. I don't get involved in a relationship like that. I wouldn't tell a man to go do something secret behind his wife's back. Now, people live in households and they have different politics. I've seen it, right? You've seen it. As a matter of fact, when I went to early vote, one brother that was going to vote Trump, the wife was going to vote Kamala. And they went at each other's throats. They just how they wanted to vote. Okay, that's fine. It's up front what they're doing. But stop telling women to go do secret things behind their husband's back. This has nothing to do with voting what I'm talking about. Now, you as a wife, would you like somebody going to tell your husband, hey, Michelle ain't got to know. Just go over here and do this and that and the third. She ain't got to know. That's that energy. She ain't got to know. Or he ain't got to know. He not going to know what you did. He not going to know you talked to this person over here. He not going to know what you did on that girl's trip. Uh-oh. Let me tell you something. You always found out. That's why it's always better to be truthful. No matter what dirt you think you get away with, I'm telling you, you never get away with it. You always going to be exposed one way or another. When you think you doing something and you being slick and nobody see it, it's going to come out. Because I'm a firm believer of this. God sees it. And that's all who got to see it. And that's the one to go expose it to your husband, what you was doing, whatever it was. You don't have to lie about anything. Just do what you're going to do. Well, let's continue. These Democrats, man, they wicked, man. Teaching women to divide from their husbands and just think for self. Oh, this is yourself. Think about yourself. That is straight out of the pit of hell.
Let us use our voices in these final the men in our lives that we need to stand not with Trump, but with us. We need them to vote for the only candidate in this race who will protect our lives. We need them to vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala, she will fight to restore our reproductive freedoms and defend our health. Kamala will fight for our access to life-saving emergency care and maternal care in every state. Kamala will veto any abortion ban or bill that restricts access to contraception or IVF. Kamala will expand access to birth control and abortion pills. And she will do all of this not because she's a woman, but because she's a decent human being.
Okay, so when I see somebody say something about daycare, I'm gonna go. Hopefully, I'll remember that. And get back to that. So Kamala being a decent human being to make sure that you have birth control pills. Okay, something that you had during the Trump administration, but birth control pills, the prevention of children, abortions, the prevention of children. Now, IVF, you trying to have a child, so I'm not saying nothing about that. But y'all running on that, the prevention of children. Like, what do y'all get out of that? You know, that's a sinister thing. And they had this one sister break something down about what y'all promoting, Michelle, that anytime that people are doing that, what you're promoting, you know, your reproductive justice, and you know what I'm talking about, and it made sense. This sister said you was actually sacrificing your child. And she was mentioning, said the reason why it's considered that is because most of the time you're doing it for money. And in the Bible, they were demons that people would sacrifice to for money. Think about it. Well, I can't do it right now because I can't afford it. I can't do this right now because I'm in school. I can't do this right now because it would just disrupt, you know, my life. And why would it disrupt your life? Because of your career. Even though we have Plan B, even though we have condoms, even though we have, like I said, birth control pills, we have a whole lot of things that could prevent it from even going there. If I was a woman and I'm out there like that, I would have my own stash of Plan B, and it would be on not even a question. Okay, if I'm doing something or whatever, okay, I'm done with it. Plan B. I'm just saying, if I was a woman and I ain't want no doggone kids, but I surely wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you notice they don't promote Plan B. Plan B work, but notice she ain't promoting that. Why aren't you promoting Plan B? If you're going to say a choice between reproductive justice and Plan B, I go with Plan B, Bob, for 100. Michael says he voted Democrat all his life. He said never again. Abstinence, yes. Beyond with you, let's talk about this abstinence. It's kind of easy these days to be abstinent to a point. Just one woman I did a video about, I'm laughing now. She was mad and crying because a lot of men have just checked out the process. They don't want to date nobody. She said, y'all sitting up there pleasuring yourself to a screen. You know, you don't want a real woman. And I'm like, yeah, some men have gotten to that point because they don't want to deal with the HIV and the herpes. Because, you know, listen, I've seen videos where you have women up here trying to thirst trap and they got full herpes. Want to fool with men and they got herpes. And they're not telling people this stuff. But you know this, once again, let's go back to this Democrat Party. Look at what they promote, all the sexual perversion they promote in that party. They openly promote perversion. And if you say something as a man, as a father, as a husband, as a brother, a friend, you're wrong. If you're trying to tell a lady, hey, don't wear that, because that's you know, and as men, we know why we're telling you that, right? to protect you. Oh no, we wrong for that. You don't have no right to say that. Well, we as men understand the predatory nature of men. And men's predatory nature is attracted to certain kind of things. So we know that some fool out here will see you dress certain ways, showing yourself is going to cause a problem. You literally got some wolves out here. And we've covered, we not the other day, well, how many stories have come out? These migrant men have came in here, essaying people. And they not even getting the time that other people would get. If a man telling you, hey, that's not good, thank God you got a man looking out for you to say, don't wear that. Don't wear that because that's not, no. Well, stop, y'all just insecure. It's not about being insecure. It's about one protecting you. That's what men do. They see a danger and they go to protect you. Well, men should just keep to themselves. They're not going to do it. So stop. Stop. But women like Michelle Obama tell you to forget what your husband say, your boyfriend, your father, your uncle, your cousin say to protect your behind and just let you go out there doing whatever. And then if something happened to you, now you're calling on men to come help you. You better stop listening to Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama run off at her mouth and going right to Martha's Vineyard with her husband. She ain't dividing with Barack on anything. But she going to tell you to divide with your husband. Let me see. Courtney says Michelle has thrown Obama under the bus for years in the public eye. It's no surprise to see her tell wives to go against their husbands. Yeah. I mean, well, you know. That husband of hers is questionable. Because like I said before about her husband, I never seen a man that's supposedly straight that gets so excited about another person talking about they coming out of the closet. I never seen that before. Unless that person was LGBT and then they say, oh, okay, welcome to the community. Or, okay, that's their business. But when I still never forget when he put that flag up on that White House, I'm like, what is he doing? I'm like, what is it? Then during the old Biden administration, they were disrespecting Jamaicans and put up the LGBT flag on the U.S. Embassy. And according to international law, the only flags that belong on the embassy is the flag of that said nation. And yet they was antagonizing Jamaicans by putting that flag up in their country. And you wonder why a lot of people want to join BRICS and want to get away from America and the Western world. You wonder why? Because they tired of the disrespect. And them other countries that's in BRICS not disrespecting other people like that. Eric said he all kind of STDs and STIs and they darn near naked. Yeah, and the Democrat Party promotes that. That's what they promote. They want your daughters to be out there just promoting it. It's okay. And you better not say nothing. And it's the key. It's so bad that the aunties can't even say anything. Forget the men now. The aunties can't say something. Because if the aunties say something, these young women are so disrespectful and feral that they will attack the aunties for looking out for them. Because see, at one point in time, the aunties see a girl dressed like that and they pull her to the side and say, hey, baby, hold on. Baby, you can't be out here like this. You see, number one, you're not respecting yourself. You're not respecting your family. These old crazy guys out here may try to, grab you up out here. And then especially all this human trafficking we have going on. I mean, you do know them white vans be out, right? Them white vans be out. Now, of course, they can try to get any woman, but if they see you like that, they thinking, shoot, we might well just grab her up because she already like that. Them white human trafficking vans are out in all kind of places. So, y'all got to be careful, man. But the aunties can't say much of nothing because the Michelle Obamas of the world have told young women that you don't have to listen to nobody. Do whatever you want. And that's exactly what the devil would tell you. Do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to nobody. You don't have to follow no rules, no righteousness. No, you ain't got to do any of that. Do whatever you want. Freedom. Make sense? Now, Project 7 said the serpent used Eve to cause Adam to sin against God. Feminism is the serpent. Well, God never said nothing about to be practicing no feminism or none of that. God said unity. That's what he said, unity. He said the two, the man and woman, the two in a marriage shall become one. The woman's body is no longer her own. The man's body is no longer his own. The two shall become one. So if your husband say, hey, I don't want you wearing that, well, shoot, that's his body that he talking about. He don't want other men looking at his woman. And he has every right to be territorial over his woman's body. But Michelle Obama and them will say, he ain't got no right to say nothing to you. Forget him. You're your own woman. You don't have to listen to him. Who he think he is? That's that Democrat Party teaching. You wonder why society is screwed up with relationships? It's because of that mindset right there. You know why our children are so wild now? Well, if you discipline your children, it's child abuse. Who started promoting that? I remember when that came in. Parents are afraid to discipline their children. The scriptures teach spare the rod, spoil the child. And look at what happened in our society. Who did that? And yet when these children go wild, here come the Democrats with a crime bill. Hello, Joe Biden. When our black children are in trouble and having trouble getting to school, they get locked up in California, the parents. Hello, Kamala Harris. Create the problems and lock up black people. If you break up the traditional family, you break a nation. You destroy a nation if you destroy the traditional family. And the Democrat Party is hell-bent on destroying the traditional family of a man and a woman and some children. They're hell-bent on that. They want to offer everything else except men and women getting together and building viable families. Let me tell you, Democrats, something. That's why a lot of black people also are walking away from y'all. Because contrary to what a lot of you think and believe, black people believe in the traditional family. Yes, they do. Black people are not down for all that stuff that they're talking about. In most black families, we're not talking about doing our children that and reproductive justice and all that. We're not talking about that in our families. Most black people that I know, men and women, want to get married. They just can't find the right person, some of them, but they want to get married. I've talked to men who say, man, I'd like to have a wife. All black men ain't out here talking about they don't want no wife. You got some say that. Just like you got some black women that say, I don't want to get married or whatever. But then there's a lot of black women that do want to get married. And the reason why I know people are getting married is because my wife is making wedding cakes. So I see the groom and all these people that's doing it when they do the contract sometime. I'll see their pictures that's put on different things or whatever. Black people are getting married. Don't y'all think that black people aren't getting married. Black people are getting married every weekend. Every weekend. FBAs are getting married. I'm telling you from what I've seen with my wife's business, FBAs are getting married. And all that Umar Snow Bunny crisis stuff, that is not the norm. That's funny on the internet sometime, but people gonna do what they do. You can't control what people do in their relationships. But I'm telling you what I've seen. I'm telling you what I see every day. Black people are with black people. Black people are getting married. They're having families. So all that mess that they talking about in the Democrat Party, a lot of black people can't jail with that because that's just not really who we are. We never been that way as a people. We always had viable families. I come from a viable family. A lot of you come from great families. Now, you had your black sheep in the families? Yeah. Do things ain't got no business? Yeah. But for the most part, we've had, decent families. The grandma and the grandpas holding the family together, and just, keeping the family traditions alive. And now it's up to us to keep the family traditions alive, those in our age group, Gen X, to try to hold it together in our families. But we always believe in viable families. That's why a lot of people say, forget that Democrat Party. They are just too wild. Can't deal with that. I do not want to be anywhere where people are celebrating a den of iniquity. No. I'd rather be by myself somewhere than be hanging with anywhere where a den of iniquity is being promoted, that's being acted upon. No. No. That's why a lot of black people saying, man, we can't deal with this Democrat Party. It's not just the economy. It's what you're promoting on a moral level, spiritual level. Black people are very spiritual people. And our spirit is grieved at what we see. And if your spirit is grieved, then you know good and well that's not a place you need to be. Your spirit is supposed to be at peace. Your spirit cannot be at peace being in a den of iniquity that Michelle Obama and Camilla is promoting. But, like I said, that's my assessment, right? That's just my assessment. That is my assessment. Listen, people can vote how they want to vote. I don't get involved with some of that. All I'm doing here is just talking about it. The reason why I talk is, why are you talking about the Democrats so much? Because the Democrats have a wicked influence on my people. And that influence must be broken. Because that influence is not taking us anywhere positive. It's not bringing us closer together as a people. It's not bringing us unity. It's not giving us tangibles. It's not giving us none of that. None of it. And the only thing they can't say you're wrong. They can't say you're not telling the truth. What is their response? Well, what the Republicans and Trump gonna do? You don't even vote for them like that. You don't. All the data show you don't. And I'm not telling nobody to go join the Republican Party either. I've never said that. Hey, we need to go join Republicans. No. We need to get away from the Democrats and be politically independent, in the middle. And then we can vote whatever party we want based on our needs, our pocketbook. Just that simple. Sometimes you'll vote for some Republicans. Sometimes you may vote for a Democrat. Just depends on what it is. But at that national level right now, President, House, Senate, no, the Democrats got to learn. You think about it. If the Democrats take a L this election, that's going to be a conversation. It's going to be a conversation because we as Black Americans just kind of let's just see. We'll see what happens in the next week. I'm interested. Yeah, nonpartisan ballot is where Black people need to be. Nonpartisan. You vote policy, not party. And ever since we've been saying that, the Democrats ain't been liking that term, that statement. I'm a policy voter. Policy voter? What do you mean? You just want to vote for Trump? I say I'm a policy voter. If Trump got a better policy, I vote for him. And if Kamala has a better policy, I vote for her. It's just that simple. Or if Jill Stein have one, or Cornel West, I'll vote for them. It's just a policy for me at that point. Because see, when you say you're a policy voter, that means you're reading. And one thing the Democrats don't want black people to do is start reading. Oh, no. They need you to be emotional. See, they can get you to go vote for them based on emotion. But when you actually take the time to read, like a lot of you have been reading, you've been reading Camilla's policies. You've been looking through it. You've been seeing the trick bag language in it. You've been seeing the bait and switch in it. They have not banked on y'all reading. See, they still believe that racist ideology, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book or a website with a bunch of words on it. They're not going to read that. Beyond which, we live in a day and time, it don't matter. You wrote 100 pages on your website. We got AI. And the AI summarize your stuff in a paragraph. See, so you can't even hide because of AI now. And that's why y'all hate AI. Y'all hate it. You politicians are trying to figure out ways to stop AI. Oh, y'all trying. Y'all trying, but no, that genie has been let out the bottle. Yeah, it's true. You said that anybody that hate that you read is your enemy. Yeah. But you got to think about it. In slavery, they didn't want us reading, remember? Why they didn't want you reading? Because you're getting educated. An educated black population, is a wise population. And you're not going to make stupid mistakes when you become wise. That's why they don't want you to read. Brother and sister, read. When they say reading is fundamental, it is. Read. Teach your children to read. Teach your children to seek answers. Go find answers and read it to you. Prime example, before I wrap this up, me and my little girl was talking about Oreo cookies. And I told my little girl, we was in the store, and I said, yeah, I don't buy Oreo cookies. I say, because that stuff, it's like a drug to me. I don't buy it. And she say, and I told her, I said, it's like, I can't eat one. I eat the whole pack. I say, it's something in that stuff they doing to make you, so my little girl, she done got on ChatGPT now. So she said, you know what? Let me see that. So she typed in, say, why are Oreo cookies addicting? And ChatGPT, she read it to me and broke it down about to a science, literally about, the sugar content and the fats they put in there. Then they said basically the cream, the way they do the cream and everything and the chemicals they put in it has a dopamine response to the brain. And so when you get this high of dopamine, which is a pleasure hormone, right? It's a high for you. So when you come off of that short high, you want to eat more because you want more of a dopamine. And listen, when anything that's triggering your dopamine, that's a drug. And I was like, wow. And she was just reading every bit of it through ChatGPT. And she was like, I didn't know. You say, what is this? And I'm telling her what certain words mean. And like I said, that's the conversations me and my little girl have at 10. We're having conversations like that. Like I even told her a long time ago, I want you to be better than me. I want you to be smarter than me, wiser than me in every way. And that's the conversation we have, So she said, well, I don't want to eat that if it's like that. I say, nah, don't buy that mess. Do not buy that. I say, you do better getting a cookie from your mama's shop. I say, than that mess. Because I knew something was wrong with that stuff before. When after you eat it, if you the next day you have an intense hunger that don't even feel natural. It's like it's uncontrollable hunger that it almost hurts you. Like I just got to eat something like that. And I tell people all the time, they putting chemicals in our food to make us and that's why you have so much obesity. It's not that people just gluttons a lot of times. It's the chemicals they putting in the food to make you want to eat like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, that's just conversations that me and my little girl, have with each other. I love our conversations. I always look forward to that. So, yeah, Lisa, so I'm proud of her. Like I said, I'm proud of her, and she, she's very inquisitive, because I was the type. As a kid like her, I always had the question, why? Why are you telling me that? What's the reason? And since I was that way, She's that way. So I make sure to always give an answer. I don't never just tell, because I said so. No. I need to explain to you why or show you why. That way you know. Because back in the day when I grew up, it was like, just because I say so. Like, don't question me. You're like, that doesn't tell me why, though. You feel me? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. Just talking about my parenting deal at times. We appreciate you coming. Make sure you tell your friends and family. Subscribe. That's very, very easy. Please subscribe. Click the like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you nothing to click the like button. It helps to spread the algorithm and all of that, right? And so we can continue doing what we're doing here. And I got to find something to make for the podcast for tonight because I kind of got behind today on a few things. But thank y'all for listening. We see y'all in the next one tomorrow.